Welcome to 101, the mini podcast project. Today is June 20th, 2017. Hey folks, I'm back. I just did a podcast and I'm back with another one. I break these things up because I don't want to last it too long, you know what I'm saying? I want to keep it short and sweet, 20 minutes. I think it's a nice round kind of number. Sometimes I go 18, sometimes I go 21 or 22, but around just keep it before 30. That's the whole point. Keep it before 30. So the last time I talked about people who passed away, and I talked about the Wonder Wham. You hear me? Hear me with that bullshit, Wonder Wham? Yeah, I was watching Wonder Wham. The Wonder Woman movie I talked about, and I talked about Black Panther. But like I said, a lot of shit's happened since then. So another thing I want to talk about and get that out there is the fact that it's official. Coming August, we're going to get Conor McGregor versus Floyd Mayweather. This match has been talked about even before it became official. Conor McGregor had been putting it out there that he wanted to fight Mayweather. He didn't care how much it cost. He didn't care how long it would take. He wanted to get in that ring and fight one-on-one, against maybe the pound-for-pound best boxer in the world. Controversies aside, about Mayweather and who he chooses to fight and things like that. This fight is coming. Conor McGregor is in his prime. Mayweather is retired, and for that matter, was retired. He's about 40 years old now, but he said, "Look, I'm gonna do this." So, as far as we know, in a couple of months, this fight's gonna happen. So, and there was a lot of questions that came up because of this thing. I mean, how do you get somebody who's used to fighting with all his limbs, right, and take him into a boxer's world? And it's basically coming from McGregor, because McGregor says, "Well, I can get in there and take him out." So Mayweather's like, "You know what? Show me the money, and I'll fight whoever." So cool, we got that coming. But one of the biggest things that we're trying to see is this just a cash grab? Is this some sort of publicity stunt? Or is this a legitimate fight? Something to take seriously. Because what happens, Conor McGregor's going to get in that ring. And he's got to go in there with the skill that essentially he has to focus on using his hands only and not his whole body. And that sort of restriction could be, a shock to you. You're used to doing whatever you need to do to fight and win a fight, and now you're only restricted to using your hands. So one of the biggest things people are talking about is whether or not he's gonna get frustrated and fucking throw up a knee or something. fucking lopside kick him in his head. Kick Mayweather in his face. I'm like, oh shit, I forgot, sorry. So it's one of those things where you kind of wonder if Mayweather still has the upper hand on it. Bill Burr says something fucking phenomenal, and he's absolutely right. He was saying that you're asking a man to jump in a ring where you had all these weapons, but now they're telling you to use just a knife, right? And I mean, I'm paraphrasing here, so it's not exactly what he said, but just in a sense where you asking to jump in a man with a ring who's been sharpening that one knife for 40 years, and you're going in there all fresh and new, basically. Like I said, I'm paraphrasing, but the analogy makes so much fucking sense. Mayweather is the best defensive fighter possibly ever, right? So you getting in a ring with a man who would just you can't hit him. You can't hit him. Fast people have tried. And if they did hit him, it was never a flush shot, you know? Very few times have Mayweather been rocked hard enough to get him, you know, wobbly, you know? And when that happens, his defensive mode kicks in even more, and he somehow, like, comes out of it unscathed. Comes out of it the victor. And no shot at, no, you know, not to downsize Conor McGregor's skills. I mean, he has good hand skills and he has power. But you're stepping into a ring with a man who's dominated that circle or that square, right, for his entire boxing career. So how do you live up to that? It can go either way. You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe Conor McGregor takes it as seriously as he should and learns really fast on how to box and what that means, and get in there and win and really prove that he can step into any arena and take people out. Or he looks like a damn fool and gets taken out, just like damn, who was it that went in and tried to do MMA? He was a wrestler, WWE. Was it Sheamus? I think, was it Sheamus or The Miz or one of them? I always get those two mixed up anyhow. Anyway, one of them stepped into the octagon and got his ass lit up. You know, so you can't just walk into somebody else's house, you know, kick open the door, snatch whatever you want from the fridge. It doesn't work that way. You're gonna get your ass laid out. So I hope, you know, McGregor takes it seriously, because 40 and not, a man still hits hard. You know what I'm saying? And I'm sure he's going to be working on that speed too. He might slow down a little bit, but he's still going to be fast. Look, George Foreman I think he fought into his 60s. He fought way past when he was supposed to. And he had power. Power that if you didn't respect, you were going to get fucked up. So that's the way to look at it. That's the way to kind of come at this whole fight that's coming in August. I'm telling you, man. That is one fight I am tuning in for. Because, you know, like my brother said it best. He said, you know, he goes, I want Conor McGregor to win, but if I really had to choose, I want them both to knock each other out. He goes, that's the outcome I want. I want both of them to knock each other out. And I couldn't agree more, because I'm not a fan of Mayweather. Not one bit. I'm not a fan of people who talk so much shit. Yo, just fight, you know, fight. Play the game, do the sport. Stop talking shit and you know, I just hate that arrogance, you know what I'm saying? It's, I don't know, for me it's not sportsmanlike. You know what I'm saying? Go in there and, you know, fine, you know, fight. Or better yet, if you're gonna shit talk because it's a spectacle and you wanna sort of raise the popularity of the fight and get people tuned in, then fine, yeah, talk shit in the beginning. But when the fight's over, that humbleness better kick the fuck in. You know what I'm saying? Stop talking shit and be grateful that you won, because you could have easily have lost. You know? So that's my outtake on it. You know, like, just be humble about it. You're blessed to be in a ring. You're blessed to be in a sport where people pay money to see you do what you do. Right? You know? Be grateful that there's somebody who's willing to take a beating, you know, in a ring with you. You know what I'm saying? As much as you're dishing it out, they're going to dish it out on you. Be humble. You know? So, with that in mind, you know, yeah, sure, talk all the shit you want in the beginning, but just come correct at the end. Respect the fighter that you fought. He was brave enough to get in the ring with you and take that ass whooping. You know? And if you lost, don't make excuses. You know what I'm saying? Say, look, the better man won today. You know what I'm saying? I didn't put 100% in. Or if I put 100% in, it wasn't enough. You know? Just be grateful. Say thank you for the opportunity. You know, it's been great. I'll see you on the next fight. You know? And that way I would have respected these fighters more. But they get in their own heads, man. And that comes from a time. That comes from a time where the hype of a fight was so big, where like it was all glitz and glam and all that shit. It wasn't about. Sometimes you wonder if it was even about the sport. I think it was about the money. And that's the kind of shit you leave for like fucking fight promoters and producers and shit like that. But yeah, I mean, I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna watch this fight, and I really hope the outcome I see is the one my brother spoke about. Just have them each throw a haymaker and land each other flush, and they both go down. Ref don't know what to do, but just count them out. If that really happened, would it technically be a draw or would it be a TKO for both of them? Or no, not a TKO because it's a technical knockout. They'll have to get down like 3 times for that. But no, a knockout or a draw. Like, would they both receive the knockout? Or would it just be a draw? See, this is the shit I think about. I think about crazy stuff. But, yeah, you know what? And that's crazy. I've been watching a lot of these MMA movies and boxing movies. Like, we had a couple of good ones that came out. Bleed for This was freaking good. Hands of Stone, another great freaking movie. And what's the other one? The one with Southpaw. We had some really damn good boxing movies that have come out in the past year or two. So I've been watching those. I've been watching some of the MMA movies that came out. Like, oh damn man, what was that name of that movie with Tom Hardy? That was damn good. I tell you, I come in here and I think about these things on the fly, and I'm totally not prepared because I forget the freaking names. I forget freaking the name of the movies. I'm a mess. But yeah, I've been watching a lot of stuff, and then I've been catching up on my B movies because there's nothing like B-rated martial arts films. Like what was the newest one that came out? With Michael Jai White. Damn it. It's on the tip of my. If I can remember correctly, it was a sequel to an existing series. Oh, okay, I got it. Never Back Down. Never Surrender. That's what it's called. Never Back Down is like, I guess, the name of it. And then Never Surrender, which is, I guess, the subtitle of it. And it makes you think of No Retreat, No Surrender. I should have remembered that. But this new movie with Michael Jai White, is actually a sequel to another one he did. And, man, it was pretty good. I mean, there were some moments where there was some good acting. I've never seen a movie jump from bad acting to good acting so much. Like, there's some scenes that seem very genuine, and then it like flips back to like they phoned it in. Like, it's crazy. But I like those kind of movies, the ones that they show up straight to home video and stuff like that, because you get some really good action out of it, And the martial arts scenes in that movie were pretty damn awesome. They were pretty good. So and that one was about mixed martial arts. And I'm still playing catch up. I still got to catch Undisputed, what was it, 4, 5? Boyka. The character Boyka. If anybody watched the Undisputed series, Scott Adkins had took over the series. And he has a new one called Boyka. I gotta check that one out. I heard that one was pretty damn dope. Meanwhile, major motion films like Power Rangers are fucking up. Yeah, Power Rangers came out, and the only karate they did was like at the end of the movie. But what was it? Honest Trailers did an honest trailer on Power Rangers, and they nailed it. They said it was Breakfast Club if they turned into ninjas at the end, and that's exactly what it was. I remember watching that movie, and like for like a good hour, maybe hour, and it was just them like getting to know each other. Who are we as teenagers? Who are we as people? And then they put on some ninja outfits and go kick some ass. And like, I have a lot of issues with that movie, but it was not as shitty as I thought it would be. Because I was adamantly against that movie. But I was always never a fan of Power Rangers anyhow. But yeah, I mean that's the gist of it. That was the gist of it. I didn't want to get into all this movie stuff. I wanted to talk about the fights, but yeah, man. But that's a pretty big fight coming up. And all we'll do is that we'll come back after that fight and we'll talk about it some more. That's what the mini podcast project is about. Like, I really ain't got no more to add on this shit, so I can end it right now and be satisfied and happy. And you're gonna have to deal with it and wait till the next podcast, because that's how I roll. That's how I roll. That's how I roll. That's what I like. Anyway, thanks for coming by and listening in, and this. I've been Anthony Cruz. This is the 1-to-1 podcast, the mini podcast project, and I'll see you all next time. All right, peace.